Hello everyone, thanks for clicking on this video. We're going to discuss one of the first standard full hybrid pickups in the US that is good very well, which is the 2022 Ford Maverick. But it's not that the pickup is very wasteful of fuel. Sure, but the Maverick is for the other guy. Maybe that guy is you. Ford is aiming for a younger buyer who will appreciate the Maverick's versatility over muscly power stats. Ford says this truck is for the maker, the person who wants to hack their Maverick. Evidently, it's working. Ford had closed the order book a few months ago because demand was so high. That's why a quick search for the amazingly priced base model with an MSRP of $20,000 returns results nearly twice that price. Maybe it's inflation, or dealer markup. Or maybe this truck is all it's cracked up to be. We were curious and wanted to see for ourselves if it lived up to the hype. Spoiler. It's great. The main features on this pickup car are that it has high flexibility, standard 42 mpg hybrid engine, AWD or FWD, optional 2.0-liter EcoBoost 250 HP engine, cargo capacity up to 1,500 pounds. In addition, the 2022 Ford Maverick pickup car also has a 2.5-liter four-cylinder hybrid engine or motor or 2.0-liter turbocharged four-cylinder, horsepower, 191 to 250 horsepower, torque, 155 to 277 pound-feet, drive vehicle, FWD, AWD, transmission, CVT or 8-speed automatic. One of the things we noticed from the 2022 Ford Maverick Lariat First Edition is that it is small compared to similar cars but still looks mighty and charming. Somewhere between a hatchback with a truck and a baby Ford Ranger, Maverick created a niche. Sitting on the same foundation as the Ford Escape and Bronco Sport, the Maverick is about 4 inches longer than a Honda Accord and about 10 inches lower than its famous Ford F-150 sibling. It's small, but the genius of the Maverick is, it's not too small. It's the Goldilocks middle bowl of porridge, not too hot and not too cold. This appeal is part of why people think it's the best compact pickup for 2022. Other than the option for a 40-plus mpg vehicle, most will choose the Maverick because the truck bed. Ford did some nifty designing on what is oftentimes a no-brainer box with a tailgate. Ford calls this area the FLEXBED. According to Ford, they observed people at hardware stores, and kids moving into college. They noticed the struggle to load items into their crossover SUVs and worked around that. In terms of organizing the truck bed, they opted to stamp slots into the sides so owners can DIY their storage needs using 2x4s and 2x6s. Standard are 2 tie-downs, 4 D-rings, and 2 12-volt outlets. In terms of size, the short 4.5-foot truck bed extends to 6 feet when dropping the tall tailgate down. Ford rates the cargo capacity at 1,500 pounds. If you need to haul a small camper, the Maverick has you covered. It can pull up to 4,000 pounds with the upgraded tow package. Those specs will fulfill most weekend warriors and DIYers' needs. Ford squarely aims this truck at the weekend warrior, adventure seeker, or urban dweller who thrives on productivity, i.e. getting sh*t done. To aid this, Ford offers either a hybrid or turbo EcoBoost engine available for each trim, XL, XLT, and Lariat. If you want all-wheel drive, you have to opt for the 2.0 EcoBoost. Otherwise, the hybrid, on paper, makes a lot of sense. In this case, we didn't get a chance to drive the hybrid, but we know it's a 2.5-liter four-cylinder Atkinson cycle engine outputting 191 total horsepower, thanks to the electric motor which adds 29 horses. Mated to a CVT, it returns 42 mpg city and 33 mpg on the highway. Our 2022 Ford Maverick First Edition had the upgraded 250 horsepower 2.0-liter four-cylinder turbo EcoBoost engine with the 8-speed automatic and all-wheel drive. It was smooth through turns thanks to the lower center of gravity, and the lower stance lessened the body roll felt by taller trucks and SUVs. We loved how quickly the 250 horsepower came into play, launching the light Maverick down the road. It was, dare we say, fun to drive. Most trucks and even crossovers lack that characteristic, which adds one more reason the Maverick is here to save us from the boring crossover category. In terms of the ride height, getting in felt similar to Ford's ill-fated Flex. The latter found itself stuck between wagon, SUV, and truck, which left buyers confused. Thus, it eventually went away. But the Maverick creates a similar experience with a boxy cabin, long hood, and slightly higher than a sedan driving position. In the car world, a quick way to save money is go cheap on the interior pieces. Hard plastics and cheap-looking materials is what you often find in that base-level car you rented for a weekend. Thankfully, Ford didn't go this route. They have managed to avoid the budget dash, door, and console materials feeling cheap. Granted, there isn't an Alcantara headliner or a soft-touch, leather-trimmed pieces. However, the dash has some carbon fiber shavings mixed into the material, giving it almost a tightly woven cloth appearance. Ford added other nice touches like a "Built Ford Tough" stamp between the door and dash for added detail. They also used 3D geometric designs on what would normally be flat, boring pieces of trim. They even rethought the door design. Their solution: cut part of it away, allowing for taller coffee mugs or a tall bottle of water. Well done, designers. One of the biggest appeals to the Maverick on the interior is how spacious the small cabin can feel. Much like a Mini Cooper or the polarizing Kia's Soul, having a boxy design on a smaller vehicle allows for impressive interior room. Plenty of headroom for all passengers and decent legroom for the backseat. Ford has seatbelts for 5, but plan to lose a friend if you cram them in the middle of the backseat. Our 2022 Ford Maverick First Edition had all the upgraded goodies like an impressive 8-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system, active X vinyl, not leather, seating, larger 6.5 instrument cluster, versus the base 4.2, sunroof, and wireless charging. We, of course, appreciated those extra goodies, but even the base level gets some nice standard features. One of these standard features is Ford Pass. This connected system brings Wi-Fi in the car and allows users to do various tasks from an app such as start their car or remote lock it. Also standard is their safety suite called Ford Copilot 360, as well as an 8-inch infotainment touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Two 12-volt power points, lots of smart cubbies, and divided storage under the rear seats add to the appeal. Speaking of rear seats, Ford also has notches for their Ford Integrated TIA system, FITS. Essentially, these are slots in the back seat to accommodate various accessories like a cup holder or additional divider, and, here's the cool part, Ford is encouraging people to 3D print their own accessories. Ford has published the dimensions for the slots geometry. We found this a really great idea considering current tech and more affordable at-home 3D printers.